Leigh Baldwin's on the phone. Good morning, Leigh. How we doing, bud?
Hello, guys.
Lee's on the phone because we are in a temporary, just kind of precautionary lockdown here at Galaxy, so it's everybody's work from home. But we'll get you back in the building here pretty soon here, Leigh. Don't worry.
You got it. No worries. So we'll get through this. This is the speculative blow-off of it. So
congratulations to Apple, who apparently, by not including charger bricks with their devices anymore, are now worth $3 trillion, right? Is that what you said?
Yeah, $3 trillion. On Monday, they hit the first company to go over $3 trillion. That's with a T. It's a pretty incredible move, and so that had people talking on Monday. And as we're still trading around all-time highs in the market, so 2021 was a very good year. But Josh, I'm going to ask you: would you rather do a dry January or set aside $100 a month into an investment account that hopefully goes up in value?
Dude, I'm going to get hammered and put away $100 a month to be worth it at the end, man. Everybody should be doing that, dollarinvestmentclub.com.
Well, this is the time of year when we think about, doing things to improve ourselves. And one of the easier resolutions is, because you really don't miss $100 a month, is just or if you're already doing it, maybe you add to what you're doing and setting aside. But it's this is the time of year. I'd rather put money aside than eat kale, for example.
Yeah, exactly right. So it's funny that you bring up the Apple thing, because I've really been kind of obsessed with Cornelius Vanderbilt recently. I don't know if you know that whole story. But he was like America's first millionaire. Isn't that weird to think like we didn't have millionaires before Cornelius Vanderbilt came along?
Really? Yeah. I mean, it's talk about your inflation, right? But
yeah, and then
a millionaire.
So Cornelius Vanderbilt builds all these railroads, whatever, does a whole huge empire. He makes like hundreds of million in his career, and then every generation of the Vanderbilts after him lost money. Not a single one of them. Like, his whole generation, not a single one of them were able to sustain the Vanderbilt wealth, and eventually it went away. And I think that that's like a lot of those stories of old money. It kind of happens that way, doesn't it?
It's and they always talk about the third generation, what they do to it, but you still have to have purpose, and it's, that's not uncommon, Josh, unfortunately. But, when Vanderbilt and J.P. Morgan and those guys, when they were creating their wealth, there was no income tax back then. So they had so that was a really a fast-track way to gain assets. So.
Yeah, well, and it's also funny because now a lot of our wealthiest in this country are moving to places where there's no income tax. Elon Musk moves to Texas. Elon Musk, he's still the world's richest man, right? He still is?
Yep. Yeah,
so he moves to Texas, everybody's moving to Florida, and they're going back to the way it used to be. Everyone's got their money. Everyone's got their money stashed away.
I love that you're reading about Vanderbilt, though. That's great, Josh. That's I love that
Whoa, Leigh, I'm going to cut you off right there. I guarantee you right now it was something on the history.
No. I will tell you exactly what it is.
Saw it. You didn't read it.
I will tell you exactly how I got there, and I did not read anything. He's exactly right. I listened to podcasts, but...
okay.
It was an interview with Anderson Cooper, who, as you know, is Gloria Vanderbilt's son.
Yeah.
So Gloria Vanderbilt, I think, is like fourth removed maybe from Cornelius Vanderbilt.
Gotcha.
And he wrote a book on Cornelius and like his whole, that's how I knew that the generations following Cornelius just squandered the money. They didn't have any ability like Cornelius did.
Right. Well, that's okay. That's the story.
Yeah, so I'm sure it's a great book. I can't read, but I'm sure people who can read would enjoy it a lot. So. Well, Leigh, what do? We sign up at dollarinvestmentclub.com. Like you said, you find $100 a month, like you're paying a bill to yourself. Quite honestly, you probably got subscriptions to things you don't even use, that if you canceled them, you'd find that $100, and then you put it away and you pay a bill to yourself.
I love that idea, because we really do. We sign up for things that we're all guilty of it. Then you forget about it, and then so at the very least, after listening to this, check your credit card bill, especially after the holiday season. See what is on there.
Yeah, see what you're paying a monthly subscription to that you don't even use anymore. All right, Leigh.
Right.
Hopefully we'll get you back in studio soon. We'll talk to you, man.
You got it. Thanks, guys.
Bye. Leigh Baldwin, dollarinvestmentclub.com. Cody Mack and I both. Yep. Again, we both use his services, and we're very happy with what we've done. So
yeah, I took a little chunk out to do a little Christmas whatnot, so I didn't have to, not do anything.
Yeah, like that's the idea of it. Is you sit there for the long run. You need to scrape a little bit off the top. You go ahead and do that, but